The right choice starts with the right information. That's why McLaren offers ER wait times online. Now, if you or a loved one needs care for a non-life-threatening illness or condition, you can go online to check wait times and even check in to save your spot, all from the comfort of home. Skip the uncertainty. Know before you go. McLaren Emergency Services. Your care is our commitment. View current wait times at mclaren.org/ER.
It's the Sunday Chronicle on Stax 92.1. It's the Sunday Chronicle. We gon' give the news and keep you up to date. From crimes to the politics, you gon' know what's up around your way. We give 2 thumbs up to everyone out here doing their thing. We gon' show mad love to all the ones working hard in communities. It's the Sunday Chronicle.
Good morning and welcome to the Sunday Chronicle. I'm your host, Yanice Jackson, coming to you from Stax 92.1 FM. This is the platform for community because community knows what community needs. I'd like to thank all my listeners and I'd like to thank all my followers and supporters for being here again once on this bright and early Sunday morning. And it's a special day today. Span, do you know what it is today?
It is a day where we're having a guest on who I actually have known before you actually brought them in here. So I feel kind of special this way. A little bit more participatory.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's awesome because this is a special guest. And I know I say that about everybody, but I mean, he's an extra special guest. But in addition to that, do you know why this is a special day, a special year, a special season?
Huh. No. Do enlighten me, Yanice.
Well, everybody, this is season 5. You heard it here. You heard it. Believe it or not, season 5. I am so grateful. I'm thankful that we are here for this because I didn't know how long we'd be here. Honestly, I kind of started and I wasn't sure. I took over the torch. Dad handed it over. So I just is a very sentimental moment for me. And because I didn't know I'd be here, honestly. So,
in an age where journalism has less support by this country than it ever has, the fact that you can do it as a black woman with a paper focused on black issues is a miracle in its own doing and a testament to the work that you put into to make it the success that it is and to bring us the 5th season. So, Yanice, hell yeah, well, hell yeah to you.
Thank you so much. And I just, I want to thank my father. I wish he was here to see this. He'd be so happy. I mean, because like when I began, he's like, hey, I got this show idea. And I'm like, no, Dad, no. I said no until we went through 3 hosts and finally I'm like, yes, okay. And, we did a show together, that first show, and he literally handed it over to me and I was like, wow. And so I look back, I listened to that show and I made so many mistakes and I sounded so bad, but it was great.
Yeah, you did. You really did. That was one of the reasons why I was brought in specifically to help coach you up on how to host, because the one thing that people don't understand is it's one thing to be on a show. It's quite another to host because you have to have 2 minds going at the same time. You're essentially running forwards and backwards, contextualizing all the information that's going to come up with future questions in order to keep the conversation going and find a way to keep it compelling. Because if it's not compelling, you can't keep people's interest, and you have gotten so much better. Well, and it's not like you were that bad to begin with. But, I mean, there's a lot of people there's no hope.
Well, I thought...
And if there was no hope with you, Yanice, I'm telling you, I'd have been like, yeah, Yanice, you're doing great.
Great. Good luck with that.
Keep showing up. Yeah. Am I getting paid in this one? Okay, cool. Yeah. All right.
Well, I'm really grateful for that. And to bring it back to our guest, Mr. Jason Courts, he is here with us today, and I'm so excited because he is one of the key people that helped us get here. Not just me, but he's been a very big supporter of the Chronicle, Jason and Shaheen Chevrolet, for years. And so this is one of those moments where I'm like, wow, because Dad was able to introduce me and solidify and build on this relationship. And so we're here today. And so I'm so happy to have Mr. Jason Courts here. Thank you so much, Jason, for being here today. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for having me, and I'm excited. This I don't do this every day like you guys do. But
I've been chasing you down for a couple of years. Somebody get him on the show.
He's like, I'll just cut a check. I don't need to speak. I do my commercials. That's plenty.
I mean, when he invited me back to his office, I was like shocked. Like, oh, so this is the office here, huh? Yeah.
Okay, how long did you have to walk into the office to finally get to his desk? Because I imagine it's kind of cavernous, that office.
No, it was. I thought it was. I thought we were gonna go to like the Bat Cave or something, but no, we just took us a little right and around, and I'm like, oh, okay, so he's not like
where he's at.
Yeah, I thought it was like a mystery something thing, but no, it was cool though. We sat out and chatted, and so.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Yanice, but I just want to interject, Jason. We don't talk because we work in two separate industries, me in entertainment and you in cars, but we keep intersecting because both of us are heavily involved in community stuff. And it's really hard to get businesses, especially successful businesses, to make those investments in local communities because they're like, we're making our money, screw it, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
but the fact that I kept seeing you, like, everywhere, doing this, doing that, and it's just, it's nice to know that someone out here who has made a way for himself is out there reaching back to make ways for other people.
Yes.
So, Jason, thank you for that, man.
Oh, you're very welcome. And I think I learned that almost 25 years ago from Ralph Shaheen. Ralph has been involved in the community his whole life. They've been here for 54 years now. And to watch him and him mentor me through this whole stage of his career has been exciting to watch him. And I just followed in his footsteps of this is what this dealership world is about. It's not about selling cars, it's about community. And we've pushed the envelope on that, and it's paid dividends for us. So.
Yeah, that's what I noticed about the dealership. I see you all so many different places, just like Span said, and I think that's great. I think the one thing I saw last year was it was a golf tournament. You do? Is that
We do lots of them.
Yeah, you do lots of them every year.
Well, we do. We're fortunate to have hole-in-ones. So we do a lot of hole-in-one prizes for all these different organizations across our community, to where we can actually take a car out there, sponsor it, we buy insurance for it, where someone gets a shot at a hole-in-one. And so we probably do 20 to 25 of those a year.
Oh, that is cool.
Do you have to be present at all of them?
Well, they have to have spotters. So normally these organizations have a spot. You got to have one at the tee box, one at the back at the green,
right,
to watch for hole-in-ones. And we didn't have one this year. Last year we gave away a Cadillac.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So that was exciting for us. And and the first one that I was involved with, which was back in 2003, and we had a gentleman win a Chevrolet SSR. It's that convertible truck.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
I'm sorry, did you say convertible truck?
Yes, it was, and they stopped making it, I think, in 06 or 07 or something like that. Maybe 08. I don't know.
Yeah, it was really trendy, yeah. It was a really trendy car.
It was a neat truck, convertible. But this gentleman had taken a shot at it and didn't hit the hole-in-one. And his buddy that was on his foursome was on the phone on a work call and said, take my shot.
Oh.
So he got up there and hit his second shot, and boom, it went in the hole.
Nice.
I'm golfing behind him, and I hear screaming, and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody won this. Little did you know, you only have one shot at it. So we went through the whole thing, the insurance process, and the insurance company calls them and calls each party, each person that was in his outing, and when it got to him, and he's like, yeah, I took a shot, didn't make it, but I got to shoot again because my buddy was on the phone. And so he just told the truth, and when the insurance company's like, okay, thank you for letting us know it was your second shot, we'll get back with you. And they called me.
Insurance company.
They called me saying, hey,
no.
this guy does not qualify. And
I know he was
happened to be
just so
an
upset.
attorney in town, too, so I didn't know what I was dealing with, but he took it very well and understood the rules. But he was very truthful, We didn't give away an SSR that we wanted to, but anyhow, that was our first experience with that. So.
Wow. Okay. Well,
exciting stuff. But, doing that, I also have the opportunity when we do hole-in-ones to golf in a lot of these, and I bring our teammates out and friends and different stuff. But to support that is really great, and it's exciting. It's not only just to advertise, but to have people to shoot for a hole-in-one is pretty exciting stuff.
That is cool, because I just saw the advertisements for it, and I didn't know as much about it, so I thought I'd ask you about that. That is awesome. So snag me if you ever want a media sponsor for that, because I'd love to come out and see, just check it out, So 2025, Jason. Tell me just your plans for 2025. This is a big year. I know it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good year. We're coming off a good year. It wasn't our best year ever, but it was. 23 was the best year we've ever had.
Really?
Seriously? Wow.
Why was that? Just sold a bunch of cars or had a bunch of... What happened?
Inventory still wasn't at the level it should have been, and so people were still trying really hard to get vehicles.
Oh, that's right. Just FYI, people, 2020... just wrecked the car industry in 12 different directions.
Especially 21. It was just challenging to get a used car. And when you got a used car, they were selling for more than a brand new car. And lots of dealers around the country were selling new cars for $10,000 and $20,000 over MSRP.
Wow.
And in our world, we're such a big GM employee world that people get the GM employee discount. So what was happening in our world was someone would come in and buy a brand new car, want their GM discount, and we would give it to them. The problem was they didn't trade their car because they'd sell it outright because they were getting more money. I couldn't put MSRP into a 2-year-old car. Then I just sold them for $4,000 or $5,000 under MSRP. So they were getting more for their used car than they were buying my brand new car for.
Wow.
And so I wasn't getting trade-ins. I had to, so it was challenging. Our used car lot was almost empty. Our new car lot was empty. To sell a car was very challenging in late 20, 21, even 22. And the market now has corrected itself. Used cars are selling for what they should be selling for. New cars, we didn't want to ruin our world of not selling to a GM employee price.
Right.
And so we kept our loyal base of people, but the problem was a lot of times we couldn't get them the car they wanted. But it's all corrected itself. Now we've got cars on the lot now, lots of Chevrolets and Cadillacs.
I synced them. They're pretty.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So 24 was similar to 23, maybe a little less. We're doing better. Maybe in our parts world, we're the largest parts distributor.
Oh, really?
In the state of Michigan. We are number one in GM's world. We're number 3 in the country, creeping up on number 2.
Okay, we got that. Look, and you heard it here, y'all. But he's gonna be number 1 soon. Let's help him get there.
We're creeping on that also because we got into the powertrain world of General Motors, where we sell a lot of engines and transmissions. So we ship all over the country. But in the state of Michigan, I've got over 70 parts trucks on the road. And we distribute to other GM dealers. We can get them their GM part quicker than General Motors can get it to them.
Wow.
And because we buy in such a large volume, we buy it cheaper than they do. So we can sell it to them at the same price that they can get it from GM, and yet get it to them quicker, same day, where GM might take them 3 or 4 days.
Now this is good stuff. Look, I almost forgot because I'm sitting here listening, taking this lesson in.
I got 12 questions in my head right now.
Yeah, this is good stuff, y'all. We're gonna get into it a little bit more, but not before we take a short break. But I want to remind you that this is the Sunday Chronicle. I'm your host, Yanice Jackson, and we will be back after this.
At Lansing Community College, I'm learning for my future. LCC offers 1- and 2-year pathways to careers in healthcare, IT, manufacturing, and other professional trades. More than 500,000 professional trades jobs will need to be filled in Michigan by 2026. So I know I'm learning for a great career. I belong at LCC. You belong here too. Visit lcc.edu/youbelong and enroll today.
Hi, I'm Yanice Jackson, publisher and editor of the Chronicle News, host of the Sunday Chronicle, and mom. Amongst my many titles, I've added writer to them. My new book chronicles everything I've learned along the way. So check out my book, Notes from the Trail, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. For more information, visit my website at www.yaniceyvette.com. And welcome back to the Sunday Chronicle. I'm your host, Yanice Jackson. And before we went to break, we're talking to our special guest, Mr. Jason Court of Shaheen Chevrolet. He is here in the studio, and he is just, he's schooling us. Right?
Okay, Yanice, I'm so sorry to interrupt because I'm just desperate to find this out. Okay. Okay. You said you are the number 3 distributor for auto parts in the country. Lansing is not the number 3 market in the country.
Wow, yeah.
How do you have 70 trucks distributing parts just around here and then get, like, of course I'm not asking for all your business secrets because of course no. But like, I mean, just explain, please, like put us in the area.
When you say auto parts, it's General Motors parts.
General
Motors parts, and we've grown. When I jumped on with Ralph back 25 years ago, we stocked about $500,000 in parts, and now we stock about $17 million in parts. So GM, pushes the envelope. When you're a wholesale dealer, you've got to sign up to be a wholesale dealer, and there's 300 of us in the country. There's certain things you got to grow every single month to hit numbers that they want you to hit. Mm-hmm. So with us, we've grown quicker than most. And I remember way back, I think when I started, we were, number 250. But we've grown to where in the state now we've overtaken a few other wholesale dealers, and we've become number 1. And that was a goal that, we just kept growing and growing and growing. But we put together a dealer program to supply parts to the GM dealer quicker, faster. Because when you have a car on the hoist and you need a GM part, most people don't want to take that off the hoist, push it outside, wait 3 days, 4 days, 5 days from General Motors for a part. They need it same day, and they can get it. And our trucks do hot shot deliveries. They do twice a day runs to dealers all over the state. So we can get them the parts same day. They can get that car fixed and back on the road. And it's really beneficial to our own dealership because we stock the part. And I have a guy nonstop running back and forth between our Martin Luther King location, where our wholesale parts division is, and American Road, where we have the dealership. And so it becomes great for us because we stock the part, and we've had to grow and grow and grow and build and build and build, and we keep buying little outsourced little lots and trying to expand to keep these parts and keep going up in the air, and and new racking. And so it's I've got almost 180 employees in my parts department.
Wow.
Jeez.
And now I understand why I see so many different buildings with Shaheen on them. Because I'm like, what is this one?
Yeah.
And what is that one?
This is where I go to get the car.
Yeah.
This is where the leasing office is. And I
this
see
is
like 4 other buildings.
Yeah,
what
and I just never knew it. I'm like, okay, one day maybe I'll understand.
That Shaheen campus has grown,
a little bit.
Yeah. So we put a used car center out there that's very, very nice, and we put a cleanup department on the side of it. We added a car wash, and then we added our 8-bay quick lube and tire center.
Nice. 8 bays.
Yeah,
Good
grief. So, just to service the cars, we used to have 2 and 3 hour waits for oil changes.
Oh,
wow.
And when you have that, you end up putting people in loaner cars and different, just for an oil change, but so we like to work by appointment with those oil changes so we can figure out how our day is, but you can pull right up there and wait in line and jump right in. And a lot of times there's no wait. They can pull right in.
Okay, I'm glad you said something about that, because I can just scoot on in.
And then we added Cadillac in 2000. We bought, the Cadillac franchise here in 2019.
And y'all had me through to talk about it on the air, and it was, I couldn't believe how pretty that showroom was. And then the little waiting room where people just sitting there with their coffee and their little newspaper phone.
Do you have popcorn in there?
No.
No popcorn?
Cadillac won't allow us to have popcorn in there.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
They have strict guidelines on what we can and can't have.
They want it the way they want it, don't they?
They want it.
So what can you have by way of snack action in the waiting room?
There is a little snack counter that they want certain snacks, and we supply those. You know, so we get people every day that come in and just want the snacks.
Snacks, but no popcorn. Snacks.
No popcorn. They have bottled water, snacks, and a fancy $15,000 coffee machine we got. So
I'm gonna come check that. I'm gonna come check that coffee out.
Can it make a cappuccino?
It sure can.
I might stop through just to get me a Cadillac cappuccino.
Let's go have a Shaheen date there and get some coffee.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm going to put a tip jar out there eventually.
I got a shiny new nickel for you.
We're just a little cheaper than Starbucks, but...
I know, right?
Starbucks coffee. Well, I'm not going to talk about Starbucks coffee, and that's because
they're not here today.
Yes,
they're not here to defend
But if
themselves.
they were, I'd be like, you guys sure make coffee. Yep, you make coffee every day.
Yes, they do.
And people drink your coffee
every day.
Yeah, I'm not one of them, but your coffee is very coffee-like. So congratulations.
So you're making power moves here. So what are some of your goals for 2025 as far as the dealership goes?
Well, with the dealership, you know, we're just getting into, over the next few days, our annual forecast with my whole leadership team. Mm-hmm. A lot of my managers, each department, and they set their goals and they forecast, and we sit down to make sure that they're meeting and exceeding the goals that we want. And we compare those, and we make changes and plans from personnel to lots of structural different things. We have an executive team there also that meets every single Monday just to talk about planning and things that are happening in our world, to try to be proactive. And, you know, and Ralph helps lead that up, and he is very, very progressive. He's the mover and shaker in our company. Yeah.
I would love to meet him. I think over all the years that we've been working with Shaheen, I've never met him. So I would love to meet him.
And maybe even bring him on this show.
Yeah, I was hoping to. I'd be like, as difficult it was to get you here.
I know, I'm difficult.
And then I got to schedule both of you guys on here.
Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, you talk about two people with massively busy schedules between Yanice and Jason. So getting Ralph in here while he's helping to manage these Monday meetings and doing all the community stuff that he does, and of course, whatever other projects a man such as him is involved in, which is usually fingers in a lot of pies. I cannot imagine how y'all gonna sync up to get him here, but I can't wait to work the board when you do.
We gotta do it though, because I shoot high, I aim high. We're gonna do it.
Hell yeah,
I'm a go-getter.
Yeah.
I'll go after those goals.
That's a great goal for 2025.
Yes, to get Ralph in here for the Sunday Chronicle.
Get him and that thick mustache in here and say hello.
Because when I think about him in a Santa hat. On a commercial, him and Jason in a Santa hat. So every time you say Ralph Shaheen, I think about those promos.
He's a giver, so he gives everything. I mean, he gives his heart, his soul, everything, not only to his family, he considers us his family. And I'll tell you.
Well, we'll do that. We're gonna write up.
One to have on here.
I'm gonna do a write up. I'll write it myself personally. We're gonna put that in the Chronicle. We're gonna publish that. We're gonna talk about Shaheen, Ralph, Jason, just the whole time in the business and how they have poured back into this greater Lansing area. I think people need to know that so we can continue to support each other. We don't want this to be a one-way street. We want to make sure that we're giving back to those so we can continue to do that circular motion and keep that engine running. Y'all like how I did that with the car thing? Okay.
Very good. Way to tie that in.
So I got to ask one question. I swear to God, I know we're running on time.
Well, I want to ask a personal one, like not too personal, but after that, I like to ask about.
Okay, mine is silly.
Okay.
The commercials. Okay? when y'all started, were y'all strictly scripted, or did you start improvising right away?
Very scripted at first. Ralph had been doing these for years and years and years. Everybody saw Ralph, and he came to me and said, it was almost like, hey, phase you in, phase him out. But our ad agency at the time that wasn't local had kind of said, hey, let's make this where, Ralph, you cut off Jason every single time he wants to speak. And just
that's
he would try to introduce and I would go to speak. So we did that over a 2-year period of time. It was just, at first I think it was going to be the first couple commercials, and it kind of hit off. And
if you got a good show, keep it running.
And then eventually it trended the other way to where we kept that going, but then I started speaking, and Ralph would try to talk, and I'd cut him off. So it trended for a couple years where we did that, and we kept that going for a little while, and then it was, our agency was a little comical. They wanted to do odd things, so it wasn't just two guys up there talking.
Well, I mean, you got to stand out in the car industry because, so many characters are in the car industry. But I could talk I got so many. Yanice, I see the floor. It is your show, by the way.
I know. I don't feel like it today, but no, I'm just messing with you. This is good stuff. But I'm just thinking about the brand. That's such a strong brand. So for me to have that image in my head, after all these years growing up seeing that's good, and it's a good positive image. And I just want to encourage my listeners to go out and visit the dealership. It's so different from any other experience, and they are so friendly, and it's so many different things to see. And buy a car.
Get a Cadillac cappuccino. Get a Cadillac.
Yeah. They don't have popcorn, but
we've got popcorn in the Chevy building every day.
There you go.
Okay, so
every day.
That's what I needed to know.
It'll be all over the campus.
Okay, so
I smell it every day, and I'm like, oh.
Okay.
I'll just go get a handful of then a bag, and then
So next time I go there, I got to make sure to get some popcorn because I pop in there sometimes. So pop in there.
I've got a gal that's back there at 7:00 in the morning making popcorn every day.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness. Okay. So we talked about business. Tell me what you like to do in your free time, Jason, because I'm just curious because you work a lot.
I'm fortunate that I had the golf bug from high school, and so I do enjoy golfing. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, I live on a small little private lake out in Langsburg, Michigan. And
I got people out there.
But it's just such a great community, and I've got great neighbors. I've got a nice little pontoon, and I live on a lake out there, so I feel like I'm up north every day. When I go home, it's very comforting and relaxing, and and I wasn't a lake person before that, so I didn't really know, but I had some friends out there, and that's why I moved there back 20-some years ago, and so I enjoy boating, and
that's awesome.
And crazy enough, my wife retired almost 10 years ago from State Farm Insurance, and
congrats to her.
Thinking, what's she going to do? And she asked me, how long are you going to work? I'm like, I don't know. And now she thinks I'm going to work until I'm 80. Because she's like, I can't imagine you not working, because I stress her out so much. I'm always going to go. But, I love working. I love the people that I work with, and it's not work to me when you enjoy going in there. So it's very, so that's one of my hobbies. I love going in and talking to people and making sure our people are going the right direction. So
that's awesome. That is so awesome. And our time is already, I was going to say it's growing near, but it's past near.
Yeah, we sizzled right through it.
Yeah, we sizzled right through it, but we just want to thank you, Jason, for being here. We want to have you back because this is just the tip of the iceberg. We didn't even really get deep into a conversation, so we got to make sure we have Ralph here. I might have to have double time for that episode, huh? I'm going to pay for 2 slots.
So many questions about parts. So many questions.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have a 2-part series for that one because I'm so curious about everything Shaheen. So with that, thank you, Span.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being here again, and thank you for helping us get to season 5. I appreciate you. I'm gonna stop there because you get weird when I say nice things to you.
I know, I really do.
So I'll go back to being mean. And and thank you to my listeners for being here again for the Sunday Chronicle. My name is Yanice Jackson, and we're coming from Stax 92.1 FM. This is the platform for community, because community knows what community needs. Make it a great day.
Everything is expensive right now. Gas, food, you name it. You're spending more, you are making the same or less money. So, what do? You rack up credit card debt. That's what you do. It's not your fault. It's the economy. And guess what? If you rack up too much credit card debt like some of us, you can't pay your bills. Then the credit card companies, as nice as they are, start hounding you for money. Then you start your downward spiral. A smart thing for you to do is to call the Zero Debt. They can help you consolidate all your credit card bills into one affordable payment. Millions of people have done it. It works to make you debt-free. Make this free call right now. It costs you nothing to learn more.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569.
What is Recover Now? It's a movement to get clean and sober, started by you, friends and family members, or maybe even the person suffering from an alcohol or drug problem. Recover Now is a free service that helps people find treatment facilities covered by private insurance to help them start the road to recovery and succeed. If you or a loved one wants to recover now, call this number. It's a free call. Many of our treatment counselors have been exactly where you are, and they know what you're going through and how to help you get where you want to be, and that is on the road to recovery. With one free phone call, my specialist will check your insurance and help you get the best treatment for your needs. Remember, get clean, get sober. Use Recover Now as your free service. Here's the number.
800-209-5173. 800-209-5173. 800-209-5173. That's 800-209-5173.